Well, hello, Lewisville ISD. If you remember from the committee hearings, Zach Smith, Perfection Learning, thank you all very much for inviting us to those committee hearings. We very much enjoyed meeting you and being able to listen and kind of get a sense of what you all are doing. And one of the first conversations that I had with Sean about this adoption, he mentioned that, we write all of our own curriculum here in Lewisville. And immediately I thought, oh my goodness, you all have an opportunity that no, English adoption has ever had, and there's very few districts this adoption that have this opportunity. In years past, it was, here's your 5 textbooks. Pick one, and we'll just send you those. If you got 100 kids, we'll send you 100 textbooks, right? This about 3 or 4 years ago, the state changed the way they funded them, where it's not here's your textbooks, it's here's your money. You do what's best for your students. So with a district like you all that has the bandwidth to really get creative and think outside the box and write your own curriculum, I wanted to reach back out and say, we have our adoption package based around connections, but I could see it in the room when we pulled out literature and thought. These little anthology readers here, there's 25 of them. You all got very excited and became animated, and I think it was because that series is really in line with the inquiry model that you all are interested in pursuing. So that is, I thought, what if we designed a custom package just for Lewisville that really meets your students' needs and your curricular vision, okay? Because there's nothing worse than saying like, okay, I've got this textbook, so my curricular vision has to match the textbook. What if your resources actually were determined by what your curricular vision is? That came first, and then the resources supported that. That's the opportunity that we have in this adoption. So what I wanted to do is just mock up a potential package of our materials to show you kind of what it might look like if we went with an outside-the-box sort of solution, okay? So what I'm about to show you is, this is just, Zach's brain trying to figure out, what would be the best option for Lewisville, but please know that it is totally customizable, okay? So you might look at this and say, not interested in that. We need fewer of that. Ooh, that's good. We need more of those. So we are 100% open to customizing and making sure that what you spend your money on in this adoption really supports where you are wanting to go and is helpful to every one of your students. So that is that. Let's dive in and kind of look at this package with knowing that these are the pieces we have to play with, but we can absolutely customize it to your needs. With that said, let's dive in and take a look. Okay, so let's talk through the different pieces of the package that I've sort of mocked up and put together here. I've chosen to go with 3 different titles for literature and thought. So the titles I've selected here are To Be a Hero, What's So Funny, and Voices of the Holocaust. Again, you all would be able to select the titles that you feel would be best for your students. And this will be in hardback, 1 per student. Again, these are the things that are going to be 1-to-1 for the student, okay? So there are going to be 3 different titles, all 3 in hardback, and 8 years of the digital. So if they want to read it online and annotate it online, or just use their hardback, they can do either. Secondly, there is the Essential Guide. This is essentially a grammar, usage, mechanics, and composition handbook with skill sheets. That would be a digital resource with a classroom set. So there actually will be a print component, a class set of 30 to go along with that. Down here is the digital high-low library. So we have actually over 450 different high-interest, low reading level titles for struggling readers. We picked our top 30, put them in a digital library, and that comes free with this package. Also included is 2 novels. Now this is going to make the price fluctuate just a little bit depending on the titles that you pick, but depending on if you want to have all the 6th grade teachers reading the same 2 novels or give teachers voice and choice, that's up to you. But there are 2 different novels for whole class instruction, 1-to-1 for the students. Okay, last thing that is 1-to-1 for the student is the digital package. We're going to go into that in a little bit. It's a brand new system called PowerWrite, and there's an assessment generator as well within that. Okay, so that's the things that are going to be 1-to-1 with the student. And then we're also going to include some things that are just class sets and classroom libraries. All right, so classroom libraries, I've picked a few of our 6th, 7th, and 8th grade classroom libraries that are all, no overlap in titles, high interest, low reading level, and a few other different mini libraries that all add up to 275 titles. Also, Vocabulate. This is one of the most popular titles at our company. It's rich selections of text, very short but complex selections of text, and we pull out 10 vocab words and do 6 exercises with those. So it's essentially it's Vocabulate, vocab in the context of literature. And also the centerpiece of our main adoptions. I wanted you to have just a class set of this because it is a very powerful resource, and you might be able to pull it out and use a chapter or one of the close reads or work on skill work within connections, and I'll show you how that can work in just a little bit. So, also included for the next 8 to 10 years, however long this adoption goes, we want to make sure that everyone knows how to use the tools at their disposal. So we will do product training PD for every year if you wish. But also for the first year, we did want to throw in something that's unbelievably powerful. The Great Books Foundation is really aligned with the inquiry model. Their kind of proprietary inquiry model is called shared inquiry. It's very similar to Socratic Seminar, only Socrates was leading his kids to a specific conclusion. Great Books, the shared inquiry model, it really sort of just keeps it open and lets the teacher facilitate a discussion with the students in a way that is really profound. I've gone through this training, and I'm telling you, it's mind-blowing. So this is a very expensive training, but we've decided to throw it in for free as part of the package. So essentially my goal in making this video and putting this package together is just to kind of show you what's possible. Here are the pieces that we can work with. And so we're more than happy to customize a package similar to this, or just kind of start from scratch, whatever you all like. But when you go with Perfection Learning this adoption, we are 100% committed to finding something that's going to work for your vision and for your students and for you. So the big question of this adoption is, what's going to bring the most instructional value to your classroom? And by instructional value, I just mean, what are you going to actually want to use? So what if you could just custom make something perfect for 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade in Lewisville ISD? Even down to the teacher, where they could even have different resources from the teacher next to them because they have different interests. It's up to you. This adoption is the first English adoption where, like I said, the state's just giving you these resources and say, do what's best for students in your district. And I love the vision, the inquiry-based vision of Lewisville ISD. So, Perfection Learning, we're inviting you really to think outside the box. Let's dream, let's get creative, let's have fun, and build something that's custom-made, tailor-made just for you all. So with that said, we're asking for your vote for Perfection Learning in this adoption. We want to be your partners for the next 8, 9, 10 years to not only improve literacy in your students' lives and get them to be critical thinkers, but also improve your life and make things easier and maybe save you some time on the nights and weekends. Thank you very much for considering Perfection Learning in this adoption, and hope to hear from you soon.